Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs facing more time behind bars. His release date pushed back to June of 2028 instead of May of that same year. The news coming after reports of Combs drinking in prison, something he denies, after he was accepted into a rehab program in prison that could have reduced his sentence by up to a year. He's also been accused of making a prohibited three-way phone call from prison. Here to make sense of it all, NBC News entertainment correspondent Chloe Malas and defense attorney and friend to Top Story, Sarah Azari. Guys, thanks so much for being here, both of you. So, Chloe, I'm going to start with you. I'm being told you spoke to Combs' rep earlier. What did you learn about this issue?
Sure. So, Combs' representative, Judah Engelmeyer, telling me by phone earlier today, Tom, that yes, a three-way call was made between one of Combs' lawyers, who did bring in another person on that call with Combs while he has been at Fort Dix, but that there was nothing improper about it. But again, that is not something that you were supposed to do at all. So those lawyers should have known better. As for drinking, he doubled down and said that Combs was not drinking and that, in fact, he's been admitted into this very specialized rehab program that Fort Dix offers. Is actually going to potentially lower his sentence. Yeah. He could be released earlier because of that. So they're saying he's done nothing wrong and that any reports that he has been drinking is completely not true.
Sarah, you know, after his trial, a lot of people said he got a legal victory. It looked like he was going to be on his way out in a couple of years. How far back does this set him now?
Well, we don't know yet, Tom, because you still have due process rights in prison, right? So there's going to be an incident report if he, in fact, was drinking or there's an allegation. Then he's going to go to hearing. And if he's found guilty of it, then there's going to be sanctions. The sanctions could be that he could essentially be thrown in the hole, the SHU, the special housing unit. He could lose his privileges, and he could lose at least a minimum of 40 days of time credits, which is big. And I want to say this. Drinking in a BOP facility is as serious as committing murder in a BOP facility.
Is it really?
Yeah. As of 2020, the BOP changed the rules and reclassified drinking as one of the most severe charges in custody. So this is really serious if he actually did it.
You know, Chloe, you had that great report on with that prison sort of consultant, Craig Rothfeld. I know you talked to him again. What did he tell you about this?
So again, the thing is that we don't know if Combs has been cited yet. It would be incredibly serious if he was drinking. And so Craig Rothfeld has said that, yes, they do take this very seriously, but also pointed to the fact that Combs, during his sentencing, which I attended, as we know, I covered the duration of Combs' criminal trial over the summer, he was very vocal about the fact that he had become sober while at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center. He talked about how much this had changed his life and how he wanted to go and do better for his family, do better for society, and that he's actually been teaching these business classes while he was at MDC and wanted to continue to teach those at Fort Dix. So the idea that he would get into this prison, Tom, that has this rehabilitation program, and then he would go and drink hooch, this like homemade
yeah, did the prison consultant talk to you about how do they make this stuff?
So this is with, you might know, it's with sugar and I think Fanta, like a soda, and
wait, why would Sarah? Why would you know, Sarah?
Well,
you've been out there. You
you
out there making some moonshine.
I was not behind bars drinking.
But this is something that is pretty common, Tom. But the idea that he would drink behind bars, especially while he's potentially seeking a pardon from President Trump, who
doesn't like drinking. But you know, here's the thing, though. He was white-knuckling. I mean, he intended not to drink. He intended to do better, but he never was in a program. This is his first shot at actually getting rehabilitation.
Well, Sarah, I wanted to ask you about that because it looks like there's almost more eyes on him now post-trial. He's now gotten into trouble twice. I know he'll have his due process, but you have the drinking allegations. You have the three-way call allegations. I mean, this is not good for somebody who wants to get out of prison sometime soon.
It's not at all. But I also think, I wonder, Tom, how much he's thinking, I've got two pending appeals, my conviction and my sentence. He thinks he has a really good shot
of just getting out.
Of just getting out. And so this is all a wash. I mean, I don't know to what extent this is sort of this callous sort of thinking on his part, or he just is an addict.
And you were telling me today he's writing a book.
And he's writing a book, which could cause him more problems under the Son of Sam law in New York. If he's monetizing on his crime.
This is all absolutely terrible if true. I mean, Combs made such a big deal about wanting to go to Fort Dix.
Yeah.
He's trying to get out sooner than the 50 months in prison, Tom. The idea that he would be violating rules left and right within 2 weeks of getting there is really unfathomable after, again, listening to him cry and sob in front of the judge just recently saying, I want to do good, I'm sober, and I want to be released to go home to my family. So again, and like you said, President Trump, he doesn't like drinkers, okay? He doesn't drink himself. His brother was an alcoholic, and so he has very strong opinions about that. He's talked about it, and if Diddy's seeking a pardon from President Trump before the new year, this is not a good look.
All right, we're going to have to wait and see what happens. We thank you both for being here. Great segment. We appreciate it. Now, we thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.